Hey guys, welcome into Rhill World. I'm your host, Randall Hill, aka Rhill One, and today we've got a big show for you. Trump sat down for an interview on 60 Minutes, and I'm going to break it down for you, along with some other little tidbits there for you. But we got a big show today, so let's go ahead and jump right in. Are you ready? Well, let's go. Yes, Trump did sit down for an interview with 60 Minutes over the weekend with Norah O'Donnell. And, I'm just going to kind of go through some of the pieces of the interview that I wanted to call out. He went over quite a bit of stuff, and it's nothing better than to hear it from the horse's mouth himself. It was a really great interview, actually, and I highly recommend finding the uncut extended version to watch if you're going to go out of your way to watch it, because of course, as 60 Minutes does, they edited and didn't exactly put out the interview that Trump put out. Imagine that, coming from 60 Minutes. Kind of went the other way for Kamala during the race there, where they took away answers and put in alternate answers. If you know what I'm talking about, you know. For him, they just kind of omitted certain things that he actually said, cut him off at certain points, and just really put things out of context. But it was still a great interview, great watch if you have about an hour and a half of time to do so. If not, then welcome into the show. I'm glad you're here joining me. Gonna go ahead and jump right in. But first thing that I wanted to do to start the show off is how about we watch some stuff blowing up? Because what's better than watching some boats blow up, huh? Let's get this show started with a bang, huh? Here we go. Boom! Oh man, that is glorious. Oh, I could hear the screams of liberals right now, just becoming unglued. Where's their due process? That's due process. Yeah. Oh, that's such a glorious sight. So beautiful to see. All right, we'll stop that right there. And let's jump into the Trump interview. First thing I wanted to call out from his interview is he speaks about rare earths, some of the things that he's been doing while he was overseas, and talking with various leaders across the world. And, if you have been paying attention at all, one of the main things that he's been trying to get is rare earth. We want to be number one in AI. We want to be number one in technology. We want to be number one across the board. Cryptocurrency. He spoke a lot about this, but I picked out this clip so you could kind of hear from him directly what's been going on, and our race against China. So here we go. Well, she looks like a lunatic, doesn't she?
Of them come from China. That's
right
their
now.
Yeah.
But within a short period of time, we'll have everything we need for ourselves. We've instituted an emergency program, and we will have, within a year from now to a year and a half, we'll have everything we need, no matter what kind of a threat is made.
How?
Fantastic.
How do we do that?
Because we've taken over. First of all, you saw the partnerships we've established.
Yep. So let me get this straight. You're
All
telling
right,
me
I'm
I don't
gonna
have to
let
spend
this
countless
play 'cause
hours
it's worth it.
consolidating our company's financial.
Established with Japan, with Australia, with UK, with just about everybody, frankly, and we're all doing it together. This wasn't a threat against the United States. This was really a threat against the world. So the whole world has come together, I think, at our behest.
Yes.
And rare earths, within 2 years, rare earths will really cease to be a problem.
That is
The one
freaking
thing that
awesome.
China
So awesome to hear that coming from our president. We knew he would get it done, and he's been out there working his tail off, and he's gotten it done. That is a huge thing. I don't think people really realize how big of a thing that actually is for the U.S. and just for our overall our wealth and future as a country. So well done. And Trump has just been building these relationships across the world, and China's been kind of squandering these relationships all over the world. And he speaks about that, and he's been getting a lot of deals done, a lot of investment into the country, as he's spoken about, and been going after rare earth from all over the world, because that was China's stronghold on us. And he does speak about that a little bit. China did have that over our heads. We had other things over their head. That's where the negotiations came from over the weekend and got settled. And so they were trying to tariff, he tariffed back, and they got a deal done. And it's because of these type of things where we don't need your rare earth anymore. So what else you got, China? Fantastic job by Trump there. I'm just going to continue to kind of go through and pick out little minute clips of the interview, and then speak about it. He did speak a little bit about the left's meltdown in regards to nuclear testing, and I just kind of wanted you to hear from him what he has to say about that.
Country that doesn't test.
Are you saying that after more than 30 years, the United States is going to start detonating nuclear weapons for
I'm
testing?
saying that we're going to test
So
nuclear
sad,
weapons
their
like
point
other
of view.
countries do, yes.
But the only country that's testing nuclear weapons is North Korea.
Well,
China and Russia are not.
no,
Wrong.
Russia's testing
So
nuclear weapons.
my understanding
And
is
China's testing them too, you just don't know about it.
that would be certainly very newsworthy. My understanding is what Russia did recently was test essentially the delivery systems for nuclear weapons, essentially missiles, which we can do that, but not with nuclear
Russia's
warheads.
testing and China's testing, but they don't talk about it.
Exactly.
We're a open society. We're different. We talk about it. We have to talk about it, because otherwise you people are going to report. They don't have reporters that are going to be writing about it. We do. No, we're going to test because they test and others test. And certainly North Korea's been testing. Pakistan's been testing.
Not nuclear weapons, is my understanding.
Of
North
course
Korea
they have.
has, but not nuclear
But they don't
weapons.
go and tell you about it. And, as powerful
What do you
as
know,
they are,
Nora?
this is a
You don't
big
know
world. You
shit.
don't necessarily know where they're testing. They test way underground where people don't know exactly what's happening with the test. You feel a little bit of a vibration. They test, and we don't test. We have to test. And Russia.
I just love the way these liberals just really think that they're more educated. They just know everything. They know more than the president of the United States, who is involved in all of these negotiations and talks, and has all these secret CIA briefings and so on and so forth. But they know so much more than everybody else. Oh, hi, Bella. My co-host has decided to join me up here. This is Bella. She's taking a nap over the other way. She might come say hi here in a little bit. Glad she's joined me. Also, Trump boasts, we talked about this in an earlier show about some of the wars that have been solved across the country. But, I want to go ahead and let Trump tell you for himself kind of what he's been doing on that front. And, of course, the response that he got, these people are too much.
And all of a sudden, you see them forming up at the line. And now I come back, and I'm going to get that one solved too. But just a little list of look at this. Wars. How many did I solve? Cambodia, this is Cambodia, Thailand. Kosovo, Serbia. The Congo and Rwanda. Pakistan and India, that was going to be a beauty. They shot down 7 planes. Israel and Iran. You've heard about that one? Egypt and Ethiopia. That's another beauty. Ethiopia built a big dam where there's no water going to the Nile. Armenia and Azerbaijan. And if you take a look, Israel and Hamas, which is a rough little situation, but it's going to be.
I do want to talk about, you have branded yourself the peace president.
Well, I think I did pretty good. I solved, those are 8 of the 9 wars I solved. You know how I solved them? I said, in many cases, in 60%, I said, if you don't stop fighting, I'm putting tariffs on both of your countries, and you're not going to be able to do
So
business with the United States.
why isn't that working with Putin?
Jesus. I mean, he said, I solved eight out of the 9 wars. I solved them. I'm working on this last one. It's only been 9 months. Give me a break here. I've solved this. I solved this. I solved this. These were some huge wars. Would have been millions and millions of people dying. And, oh, yeah, you did that. But what about this other one? How come you haven't done that yet? These people are too much. They're just too much. They're just disgusting, absolutely disgusting people, the way that they think. And, it is something that he's actually working on too. But kudos to our president. I will say it, even though they won't. He's just doing such a great job. And, that is not going unnoticed by the people, regardless of, the idiots that we have, unfortunately, in the country with us. Half the country is demented. But, I did want to play another clip. Speaking of demented liberals, they just can't get over the fact that we don't want drugs in the country killing Americans. Imagine that. And Venezuela won't stop trying to send these boats over to kill Americans. Hence, some more blowing up of boats. Let's see some more. Yeah. Here we go. Boom. Oh, it's so glorious to see. We have such a great president taking care of the country, taking care of the people. If Venezuela would just stop sending these drug boats, we wouldn't have to keep blowing them out of the water. Oh, that's such a glorious sight to see. Oh man, look at that. Just so many drugs up in smoke. Narco-terrorists up in smoke. Boom. Oh man, I love it. I love it. Love it. Let's hear our president talk a little bit about that.
It should have never been. Venezuela emptied their prisons into the United States of America. And every one of those boats that you see shot down, and I agree, it's a terrible thing, but every one of those boats kills 25,000 Americans. Every single boat that you see that's shot down kills 25,000 on drugs and destroys families all over our country.
We will talk about immigration in a moment.
All right, now that we've heard that, let's watch another one. This will make it even more satisfying. Here we go. Oh man, that's so glorious. So glorious to see. Thank you, Mr. President. Just look at all of that. Oh man. Oh, it's so glorious to see. And they're losing their flipping minds over it. And I personally, I can't get enough of it. It's so freaking great. So the interview continues, and it goes into the shutdown a little bit. Glad to see the Republicans. I know I talked about this a little bit. Republicans are not backing down. Of course, the Democrats are used to getting their way just by kicking, screaming, whining, and crying, and it's not working, and they don't really know what to do, and they don't have any clue of how to govern or anything like that. They're just anti-Trump, so we'll make people suffer if it means that we can try to say Trump did it. He has the White House, he has the Senate, he has Congress and a whole, but we don't. We need 60%. 60%. That means we need Democrat participation to stop the suffering of the people. I am recording a little bit later here on Monday evening because I wanted to see some of the happenings of the day before getting into this episode with you. And it looks like the Trump administration is going to administer some emergency funds that they have available to fund SNAP. However, it is only an amount that will cover about 50% only. So even though they're going to administer those funds, it looks like they can only do a max of 50% at best. And from what I'm hearing, that could even take some time to pay out. And so there are going to be some suffering people. They really, really need to get this shutdown figured out. But, I just wanted to go ahead and let you hear a little bit from our president in relation to the shutdown.
They probably shouldn't say, no good deal maker would, but Iran very much wants to make a deal. The key to Middle East peace, I made Middle East peace. For 3,000 years, they couldn't do it. I did it. And I did it with some very good partners in Israel. But the key to the Middle East peace was knocking the hell out of their potential nuclear. When we, with those beautiful B-2 bombers, we just ordered 20 brand new ones, the newest and the greatest. But with those beautiful B-2 bombers, when they went in there and they blew the hell out of that, potential nuclear weapon site, there were two of them actually, and every single missile hit every single air shaft. They had to go down an air shaft. Every single one of them hit their target. And I remember fake news CNN said, well, maybe it wasn't as powerful or as good as we thought. No, it was turned out it was actually better. The Atomic Energy Agency said the hit was even stronger than anyone ever thought possible. And those pilots did a great job. I thought that was going to be one of
a little extra there on the war front. I actually took that out of the show, but I went ahead and added it here by mistake, not gonna lie. Here's President Trump on the shutdown, but I was gonna add that portion of the interview as he talked about the strike on Iran and its nuclear capabilities. It was a big success. Like I said, definitely the interview in itself is worth a watch, but here, let's hear a little bit on the shutdown.
one of the easier ones, but it's not, because Putin is tougher than people.
You have helped end these government shutdowns in the past
I
when they
did,
came
I
about,
did.
and you did it by bringing
I'm very
them.
good at it,
You
but I'm
brought
not going
members
to
of
do it by.
Congress
I'm not going to
to
do
the
it by
White House.
extortion. I'm not going to do it by being extorted by the Democrats who have lost their way. There's something wrong with these people.
So then what happens on November
Schumer is a
15th when the
basket
troops
case.
don't get a paycheck?
Schumer is a basket case, and he has nothing to lose. He's become, I just left Japan, he's become a kamikaze pilot. This
It
guy
sounds like this is not going to get
is
solved.
a kamikaze. He would rather see the country fail than have Trump and the Republicans do well.
Exactly.
But the people don't want that.
I hear you.
So
It
we have
sounds
a
like-
record-setting country right now, and we're not going to be extorted by a man who's grossly incompetent, who is going to be defeated by any one of 5 different candidates. We don't
Sounds
wanna
like
let
this
that
is not
happen.
going to get solved.
Say it.
Sounds like it's not going to get solved, the shutdown.
It's going to get solved, yeah. Oh, it's going to get solved.
How?
We'll get it solved. Eventually, they're going to have to vote.
You're saying the Democrats will capitulate.
I think they have to.
I certainly hope so. The country can't take much more of this, and they're not doing themselves any favors. They're not doing anybody any favors. It really needs to stop. They've lost election after election after election, and it's really not helping their case at all, as I mentioned. But on that front, I just want to show you some more of basically what the Democrats are doing to themselves right now. Let's watch some more explosions. This is the Democrat Party just boom, up in smoke. Oh gosh, oh, I just love it. I love it. Any liberals watching my show today? Oh, I know you guys are flipping out over this, and I tell you what, it's glorious, because we don't want Americans dying with the drugs that these people are trying to bring over. And so what do? We do this. Boom. Stop trying to bring drugs into the USA, and this type of stuff will not happen anymore. Thank you once again, Mr. President. Gosh, that is just a very, very glorious thing to watch. Going forward with the interview with Nora, he does talk a little bit about DC and the crime being down, the job that the great men and women of law enforcement have done there. It's been always.
See now, you can.
It's been really, really glorious to see. Just overall, the one thing that doesn't lie are numbers. The numbers don't lie, and the numbers have just been terrific. But you also hear interview after interview after interview of the people that live in those areas, and they couldn't be happier. I mean, they're it's just like night and day. Well, you'll hear the president say that here in just a little bit, but I just wanted to call out a little bit. You'll hear where Nora tries to have a little gotcha moment with the president, and she doesn't realize he's much smarter than she is. Here we go with the president on DC.
And walk down the middle of the street. You can have your daughter, who's 10 years old, meet you at the park. She's going to be okay.
In
She
certain
would have
parts
been
of
murdered.
DC.
Well,
I live in
almost,
DC.
Well,
Certain parts
you
of
tell
DC.
me, how big a difference is DC now compared to what it was a year ago? Right? I mean, you have to be honest with me.
Crickets.
People in the White House, they walk up to me, young ladies I've never seen, sir,
Well, I
thank you
live in
very much.
DC.
I know, they don't even have to tell me what they're thanking me for. But when
No,
I
he
asked
makes her
why, he
answer.
said, one girl said, I'd get into Uber, and I felt dangerous even in Uber. They'd attack the car, okay? It wasn't even safe then. Sir, I now walk to work every day, and I'm so safe. There's nothing going to happen, 100% safe. And you know that too, Nora.
I want to ask you about
You
this.
live here, you know that too.
I want to ask you about
Do you see a difference?
American
Do you see a
cities
difference?
in Washington, D.C.
Yes.
I think I've been working too hard. I haven't been out and about
Oh,
that
that's
much.
not a fair answer. You see a difference.
I get in my car and
Okay,
go
that's
to
a
work
good
and I
answer.
go home.
You don't have to use that one. Don't worry. Don't worry. I don't want to embarrass
I've been
her.
working too hard.
It's like, you know what the
Yeah.
difference is? Like day and night.
Exactly. Oh, man. She should run for office, if you ask me, because, I mean, that's just an expert sidestep right there. Mid-conversation, sidestep. You don't want to answer the question, so you just come up with some thing on the spot. Man, those Democrats are really, really good at the sidestep, and, anything that doesn't make their narrative sound good, or, if they have a gotcha moment, they try to get out of it any way that they can. President Trump gracious enough to, even say, oh, you don't have to use that. It's okay. Oh, it's so great. So great. Also, I want to take this time, whenever we're talking about the shutdown and, the crime in D.C. and everything, I just want to take a time out because this wasn't really talked about, but it is something near and dear to me, being a truck driver. There was a truck driver caught on camera being interviewed as to why he was parked somewhere. This individual was parked on the side of a road, Arkansas. There are rules as to where you can park to sleep once you have run out of time, or if you are needing to pull over for a period of time or whatever. And that is one of the reasons why we want to require English proficiency in order to drive a truck. Imagine that. And also, if you don't know English, how in the heck are these people passing tests? Well, as we've learned over the past few weeks, California, the big culprit, but also New York, the big culprit, Illinois, big culprit, and handing over these licenses to people that have no business being on the road. This confrontation took place in Arkansas, like I said, and I just wanted to show you. I mean, it's one thing to sit here and talk about it and, bring it to the forefront, but let me show you the types of people that are being given licenses and are out there sharing the roadways with us. Without further ado.
You understand English? You do? Why did you park here? No, no good. Is there anybody else in the truck? Is there anybody else in the truck?
मैं कम नहीं
Your company. Okay, you don't understand English. What company do you work for?
The company, California.
Your company's called California?
Yeah.
Yeah, you don't understand me.
Wow. 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 Again, he was illegally parked. Not only illegally parked in an unsafe place to park. Could have killed somebody. Could have had that truck in danger. Himself in danger. But more importantly, other people that share the road. I mean, all of the above. And he doesn't speak a lick of English. What is your company? California? California is your company, dude? What if you were to get into an accident and you need to describe the scene? What happened? California. Yeah. Exactly. California happened. I am glad to report that over 1,200, as of right now, 1,200 illegal drivers have been removed from our roadway. A small portion of that, right around 150 of those, are CDL drivers, but 1,200 drivers in all have been taken off our roadways since the beginning of this blitz, and I can guarantee you that number is going to go sky high, because that's only been a couple of weeks that they've really been zeroed in on this, and the government is shut down and so on and so forth. But I also wanted to show you another clip. Speaking of bad drivers, this is a legal driver, which also should not be legal, because I think being a liberal is a bit of a brain disease, I guess, would be a good word for it. And that should keep you off the road as well. But man, it's glorious to see stuff like this whenever we can get it on camera.
You know what's a fucking crime? To have a fucking Trump ban sign.
Oh my God.
In the main line.
I can't believe you said that. What is wrong with you?
Oh, what is that? Oh my God.
What is that?
Oh my God.
That's just great.
Liberal with his face mask on.
What happened?
Oh my God.
What?
These fucking people! They're fucking assholes!
Oh, they're the assholes.
I have to get to work. Don't tell me you got a flat.
Look what they did!
Oh boy.
Fucking asshole!
Well.
Oh, it's glorious. She's laughing at him. Oh, gosh. Oh, that's so fucking funny. Oh, and she's laughing at him too. I mean, it just doesn't get any better than that. But yeah. Oh, he hits the sign, takes out people's property, and then wants to get mad that his property gets damaged. Well, you know, two could play that game, and I wonder why they put that there. Maybe that wasn't the first time some brain-dead liberal has tried to take away their sign, or take off their sign, or destroy their property, or whatever. How does it feel? Sometimes you have to make them feel pain too, and that's exactly what we are going to have to do going forward. No more Mr. Nice Guy. That's why I love to see what's going on in the White House and Congress right now. I know the shutdown really sucks for everybody, but you know, it has. This is something that has to be done. I just wish it was a different way than to, you know, hold the people hostage of the country. I don't want to get into that. It really pisses me off. But I did mention that this is being recorded on Monday evening. This is election eve. We have some important elections coming up tomorrow. Looks like New York is going to go full commie. And the poll numbers are kind of closing in a little bit, but it doesn't look good for New Yorkers. Looks like they're going to actually put Mamdani in office. And it's a very, very sad day for New York, very, very sad day for the country. But, you know, the only thing that I can say about it is, you know, let's put the spotlight all over this, and so the rest of the country can see what is going to happen. Fast forward 6 months, and I tell you what, man, New York is going to be a train wreck. I mean, it's a train wreck already, but this thing is going to be, I mean, astronomically, it's going to be like an asteroid came and hit the city of New York. I mean, this is going to be front and center, exactly why we don't want communism. And, you know, this guy is a full-blown commie, this idiot. Trump coming out, trying to do his best to curb this, I guess, if you will. I mean, there is a Republican in the race, but it's New York. He doesn't really stand a chance. He probably should have stepped aside so that, you know, we could let Cuomo get all of those votes, and maybe there was a chance that we could have curved it. Sliwa's in it. He's going to take some of the vote. Cuomo's going to take some of the vote, and it looks like Mamdani's going to run away with it. But President Trump did speak about this in his interview, and I will let him, in his own words, talk about it.
All you're doing is wasting the money you're sending there. So I don't know that he's won, and I'm not a fan of Cuomo one way or the other, but if it's going to be between a bad Democrat and a communist, I'm going to pick the bad Democrat all the time, to be honest with you.
This past Tuesday, while speaking to American troops in Japan,
So yeah, that was his half-hearted endorsement of Cuomo. And, you know, she asked him, you know, what's going to happen whenever Mamdani wins. He just says it's going to be hard to have to give the city of New York any money for anything because they're going to be constantly broke. They're going to be constantly needing money. And, you know, of course, whenever you give money to a communist, it just up in smoke. We don't know what happened. I don't know how we lost billions of dollars. I don't know where it went. How many times have we freaking heard that over the years? Half-hearted endorsement for the Democrat. Well, he's running as an independent. Cuomo, as disastrous as that would be, it was not going to be as bad as this guy, Mamdani. And, you know, I just wanted to kind of also back more what I'm saying. This dude is such a freaking actor. A failed actor at that, and that's not even kidding. I mean, he comes from very, very wealthy background. His parents are very wealthy. He's tried his hand at acting. He's tried his hand at rapping or some, I don't know. He's always just wanting the camera and the spotlight, and he is a little bit charismatic. An excellent politician, I'll give him that. He's one of those sidesteppers. He won't answer any question directly, and man, if you look at his agenda, it is just so nasty. But some of the tactics that he uses, you'll see that he learned in acting classes. Here's one of them. You know, I'll speak on it after you watch the clip.
I want to speak to the memory of my aunt.
Who doesn't exist. Fucking clown.
Who stopped taking the subway after September 11th because she did not feel safe in her hijab. I want to speak to the Muslim who works for our city. Whether they teach in our schools or walk the beat for the NYPD. New Yorkers who all make daily sacrifices for the city they call home, only to see their leaders spit in their face. I want to speak to every child who grows up here, marked as the other, who is randomly selected in a way that never quite feels random, who feels that they carry a stain that can never be cleaned. Growing up in the shadow of 9/11, I have known what it means to live with an undercurrent of suspicion in this city. I will always remember the disdain that I faced the way that my name could immediately become Muhammad, and how I could return to my city only to be asked in a double-mirrored room at the airport if I had any plan on attacking it.
I wonder why. Well, I would also like to speak about some things here, Mr. Mamdani. Why? I ask you, why is there such suspicion around your name, around your ethnicity? Because how many people died in that attack in 9/11 due to Muslim extremism? Yes, I said Muslim extremism. And that is what we don't need in this country. I said in the very first episode of this show, we were going to talk about it a little bit, and we're talking about it right now. If you live in the city of New York, get the hell out now. I'm telling you, you've been warned. If you're a wealthy individual in New York, get out now. Save yourself. Save your wealth. Get out. This guy is going to be a wrecking ball for this country if the Democrats actually take hold of this and move forward with his agenda and everything that he's going. From what I hear, there's a couple of more cities that are on deck with their next Muslim extremist and communist, and it looks like they might win in places like Minnesota and Illinois, so on and so forth. We got to put a spotlight on New York to show what communism is going to do to that city and make sure it doesn't happen anywhere else in the country. I cannot state that anymore. People of New York, if you want to save yourself, get out now, especially if you're wealthy. If you have anything, get out now. The crime is going to be out of control. If you're a white person, get the hell out. Please. There's also a couple of other races going on, but I also wanted to show you I wanted to show you a little bit more on the actor that is Mamdani.
Pains me to be painted as if I am somehow in opposition to the very Jewish New Yorkers that I know and love and that are such a key part of this city. I get messages that say the only good Muslim is a dead Muslim. I get threats on my life. On the people that I love. I get pain.
He's such an actor. Well, I wonder why there's this mystery. It's not a mystery around the way he feels about Jewish people. How about we play that clip for you?
Ask you about an issue that has divided some New Yorkers in recent weeks. You were recently asked about the term globalize the intifada, if it makes you uncomfortable. In that moment, you did not condemn the phrase. Now, just so folks understand, it's a phrase that many people hear as a call to violence against Jews. There's been a lot of attention on this issue. So I want to give you an opportunity to respond here and now. Do you condemn that phrase, globalize the intifada?
That's not language that I use. The language that I use and the language that I will continue to use to lead this city is that which speaks clearly to my intent, which is an intent grounded in a belief in universal human rights. And
if you are sleeping in a position like this, you are wrecking your body and your breathing.
About that.
Chronic neck pain happens when your cervical...
The rest of this is worth it.
That's swipe 1. Continue to watch.
ultimately, that's what is the foundation of so much of my politics, the belief that freedom and justice and safety are things that, to have meaning, have to be applied to all people, and that includes Israelis and Palestinians alike.
But do you actually condemn it? I think that's the question and the outstanding issue that a number of people, both of the Jewish faith and beyond, have. Do you condemn that phase, globalize the intifada, which a lot of people hear as a call to violence against Jews?
I've heard from many Jewish New Yorkers who have shared their concerns with me, especially in light of the horrific attacks.
Strike two, he still has not condemned it.
that we saw in Washington, D.C. and in Boulder, Colorado, about this moment of anti-Semitism in our country and in our city. And I've heard those fears and I've had those conversations, and ultimately they are part and parcel of why in my campaign I've put forward a commitment to increase funding for anti-hate crime programming by 800%. I don't believe that the role of the mayor is to police speech in the manner especially of that of Donald Trump, who has put one New Yorker in jail who's just returned to his family, Mahmoud Khalil, for that very supposed crime of speech. Ultimately, what I think I need to show is the ability to not only talk about something, but to tackle it and to make clear that there's no room for anti-Semitism in this city. We have to root out that bigotry, and ultimately we do that through the actions, and that is the mayor I will be, one that protects Jewish New Yorkers and lives up to that commitment through the work that I do.
But quickly, for the people who care about the language and who feel really concerned by that phrase, why not just condemn it?
My concern is...
Number 3, she gave her 3 strikes.
It's really unbelievable. He just will not condemn the words. And of course, he has to bring up Donald Trump and his speech and his rhetoric. Nobody's talking about Donald Trump. Donald Trump has already won his seat. He's already won the election he's in. You're in an election. We're asking you what your views are. What are you going to bring to the table? And it's clear what you're bringing to the table. Absolutely nothing but talk, as all Democrats do. They just talk right out of their ass. Don't have any intentions on actually doing anything for anybody but themselves. As we see time and time again, these people come in with nothing and they leave rich in just a matter of a few years. And, you know, I, for one, am absolutely sick of it. So as I said, New York, if you are in New York, get out now. As I mentioned, there are a couple of other races that are going to take place tomorrow. New Jersey might be a good place for these displaced New Yorkers to go. As I understand, there have been a large amount of New Yorkers already to flee New Jersey and looking for a better tomorrow. And there's actually a chance that the Republican nominee for governor actually wins. It's neck and neck from what I understand right now. I was just looking at the latest polls and all the everything going into that. It's a turnout election. It really is. So if you know anybody, I know this might be being watched after the case, but man, if we can get the people of New Jersey just to turn out, it will not be unnoticed. If you guys come out and vote for the Republican nominee there, it will be such a night and day difference, you know, for that country, for that state. I cannot state it anymore. I mean, the taxes that you guys pay, the crime you have to put up with, just the whole kit and caboodle. Of course, it'll take time, you know, like we're seeing with Trump, of course. You know, it might take a few months. It's not going to happen day one. Okay, well, he didn't come in and do what he said he was going to do day one. Well, yeah, it's actually getting done. And that's what we see under true leadership, and that has just been coming from the Republicans straight and plain. Like I said, I'm an independent myself, but, you know, this current group of Republicans, I can get behind this. I can really get behind this. Last thing I want to show you from the Trump interview is he speaks a little bit about indictments because, I mean, she went there and, you know, I just couldn't have put it better myself. So I will not take the president's stage here, and we'll just talk about it after this minute clip here.
Another matter. James Comey, John Bolton, Letitia James were all recently indicted. There's a pattern to these names. They're all public figures who have publicly denounced you. Is it political retribution?
You know what? You know who got indicted? The man you're looking at. I got indicted, and I was innocent. And here I am because I was able to beat all of the nonsense that was thrown at me.
Yep.
And yet, when you go after a dirty cop like Comey, or a guy like Bolton, who I hear has, I don't know anything about it, I hear he took records all over the place, who knows? Letitia James is a terrible, dishonest person, in my opinion.
No, I was just asking,
and
is it
Comey's a
political
dirty
retribution?
cop. Look, Comey's known as a dirty cop. I'm not known as a dirty person. They indicted me many times. Indicted me. They were after me. I'm looking at you now, President of the United States. I went through numerous indictments and 2 impeachments. And you tell me that I went after people? These people are dishonest. Look, Biden...
Exactly. I want you to hear from him first. I mean, you know, like he said, indictment after indictment, 2 impeachments, and all of it made up. Every single last strain of it made up. He goes on to talk about why he was impeached. He goes and talks, you know, just the countless number of indictments that they tried to bring at him so that he wouldn't be able to be president. And, you know, he doesn't have to do anything to bring in the indictments against Comey and Letitia James, John Bolton, because these people actually committed crimes. That's why they're under indictment. And you know what, John Brennan, you're next. I'm way over my time, guys. I thank you very, very much for joining me today. I just really wanted to talk about all of that. That was a really great interview that Trump put out. Remember to like, comment, and please subscribe and share with your friends, share with everybody. Try to keep you up to date on the latest news. I had a whole big show planned out, and then Trump come out with this just magnificent interview. I recommend you looking up the uncut extended version, not the TV aired version, to get his real words and take a watch. It's worth your time. So thank you once again for being here. I think my co-host here, Bella, you can't really see her. She's over taking a nap on the other side of the couch there. But until next time, thank you again. Like, comment, subscribe, share. We'll see you next time.